This is easily the most unique deck boot that I have ever seen. Stick around in this video. I'm going to tell you about this deck boot, do a quick review of them, and let you know what I think of them, and then we're going to put them to the test. This is Suburban Adventures, our outdoor adventure channel, and this is a deck boot by a company called Lite Boots. That's L-I-T-E Boots. Now, over the last couple of years, I have reviewed a lot of different deck boots. I've worn a lot of different pair of deck boots. I've owned probably 3 or 4 different companies of deck boots. And this deck boot by Lite Boots, the Shorty, is by far and away the most unique deck boot I've seen. Now, I'd like to thank Lite Boot for sending these to me to test out. If you check out their website, it's liteboots.com. You can check out what they have there. Now, first thing I'm going to tell you is these boots are really, really light. Obviously, that's probably why the company's called Lite Boots. Now, they said that these deck boots, each one is 10 ounces, and I believe it because they're very light. So I wanted to just show you, in comparison to some of the other deck boots that I have and have worn, how much lighter they are than the other ones. Here's my collection of deck boots. I got a pair of extra tough boots. I got a pair of True Dave boots, and then I got a pair of Bowie boots. I have done videos on the Bowie boots and the True Dave boots. But let's start off, and I got my scale here, and let's see. I don't know if you can read it. Let's put the extra tough boots on there. All right, so I don't know if you can see that when I set it on there. The extra tough boots are about 1.3 pounds. Okay, so again, the Shorty, I don't even know if it'll register. Yeah, okay, so it says, I don't know if you can see that, but it says 0.4 pounds. Okay, so 10 ounces, we got 1.3 pounds for the extra tough. Now, this extra tough boot is like their extra heavy duty, and that is, as you can see, 1.6 pounds. Now, these ones, my son wears, and I actually didn't really care for them because I felt like they were too heavy. And as you can see, I've talked a lot about extra toughs before, but you can see these are starting to get dry rot, and they're starting to crack right there. This is my True Dave boot, and I've actually worn these for, I think this is the start of the 3rd season I've worn these. These have actually held up really well. And these, yeah, they're 1.4. Okay, so they're about the same weight as the extra tough. Now, these ones I did a video for. This is a family-owned company called Bowie Boots. And I don't know if you can see that, but that's 1.3. Okay, so the Bowie boot is lighter than the other two, all right, but there's still 1.3 pounds. So here you got the Lite boot, the Shorty from Lite Boot, and definitely has a very unique look to it. The best way I could describe them is I would describe them as similar to a Croc. If you can see the inside of them, the insole is very similar to what you have like with the Crocs. Got the little bumps on them. Okay, the feel is the same material as, I would say, like a Croc. Now, part of the thing with this company is they say that they won't dry rot or crack on you because they're actually not made out of rubber. They're made out of like a foam composite material. So that's why they look like they do. Now, I am going to go ahead and slip these on. So I have my Crocs on. These are kind of worn out. I'm just going to slip these on. And yeah, I mean, they slip on like Crocs, and they look unique. There's definitely a unique look to them. Now, they just sent me the white ones. They do have other colors. But yeah, now, right off the bat, as I'm walking around in them, testing them out here for the first time, The main thing that I do notice is they do feel like when you get Crocs, brand new Crocs, they're very comfortable. They're much more comfortable than any of these deck boots. And I don't even really find deck boots that uncomfortable, to be honest with you. These buoy boots, they sent me these about a year ago. I've been extremely happy with these. But the Lite boot has so much more cushion in them. So much more. And like I said, it's like you're wearing a new pair of Crocs. So I do notice that. Now, again, that's not taking away anything from the buoy boots, and even these True Dave ones. I wore them. I wear these all the time. They're not uncomfortable, but these are a lot more. They have a lot more cushion. So that's the first thing I've noticed. They do slip on pretty easily. I did tell them to send me a size 10. I usually do wear a size 10. They're a little bit big. They're a little on the big side. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I wouldn't send them back and get a different size, but I would say they do run a little big. They just came in the mail by UPS, and mixed reviews in my household. My one son said he thought they looked cool. My other son did not care for the look of them, but I kind of like them, actually. If you're going to use them to throw them on to go out and do gardening, keep your feet dry, these would be absolutely perfect. Instead of slipping on a pair of Crocs to walk the dog, you just throw those Lite boots on. Very comfortable. That's right off the bat. I've noticed how comfortable they are. Okay, so I'll pick this up, I don't know, in a day or two, where I'm out fishing, see if we can catch some fish. The next day, and I'm down here fishing at the river. I got a line out with a worm. I got my Lite boots on. I'm gonna put them to the test here, do a little fishing. Maybe I'll catch some fish. I'm not sure. There's actually a lot of people here today. It's just recently been, this area here has just recently been open for walleye fishing, so there's a lot of people down here trying to catch walleye. Well, I've been fishing here for a while. I might try up there, but it was packed when I got here. And it's cold. The temperatures for May, it's cold. I think it's only about 45 today. So I've tried a couple things. I had a worm on. Now I'm just using a jig with a soft plastic on there. I'm gonna try a couple more times before I head out. All right, well, I've just worn them for the day. I wore them a little bit this morning too, and wore them fishing for a couple hours. Unfortunately, I didn't catch any fish, so just want to give you my final overall thoughts on these. I'll give you my positives, and then the one negative I would say with these. So first of all, as far as boots go, you're not going to find a pair of boots that are as light as these. They are so incredibly light, and which is kind of nice. I mean, these deck boots can be kind of heavy if you're in them all day, so the fact that these are super light is a big positive. Number two, very easy to slip on and off. Doesn't get any easier, to be honest with you. It's kind of like slipping on a pair of Croc boots. So that's the best way that I have described these. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but it was like if deck boots and Crocs had a kid, it'd be these. So they're very easy to get on and off. And then because of their material, this unibody, it's basically all just one piece of material. Very easy to clean up. You can just hose them right off. You can do that with normal deck boots too, but you can get them wet inside. There's no sort of material that will take a while to dry. It's all the same, so they're really easy to clean up. The only thing I would say as far as the biggest negative is the size. I'm not super happy with the size at all. These, as you can see, are a size 10. I wear a size 10 in just about everything. Sneakers, all of my deck boots I have are a size 10. Shoes, my cowboy boots, everything I wear is a size 10. And these I found were very big for a size 10. I would say that even if I went down a half size, I don't think they make half size to 9.5. They still might be a little big. They almost feel like they're like a full size bigger. I almost felt like I was wearing size 11s. So again, that's really the only thing. And I don't know if you've ever worn Crocs much. You know, you kind of do have to play around with Croc sizing a little bit. So that's really the biggest thing. Kind of disappointed in how big these are. And the more I know, I said yesterday that when I first initially put them on, I probably wouldn't send them back. But after wearing them as much as I have today, I think I probably would. If I had bought these, they sent these to me to try out. I think I probably would send them back and get a size smaller. So keep that in mind with sizing if you're interested. Or maybe just actually reach out to the company. I did ask them, I said if they fit true to size, I'm a 10. And I would definitely not say that this is a true 10, not at all. So that's really the only negative. They're definitely unique. They got a unique look to them. We are split in the Suburban Adventures household. I actually kind of think they look a little bit cool. And then my one son, he likes the look of them. And then there's two members in the Suburban Adventures household that don't care for the look of them. Again, they just sent me white. I don't think that white would be my choice. But I am actually going to use these. These are going to be my dog walking shoes and just out in the garden doing yard work when it's wet out shoes, sort of. Really handy for that. A lot of great applications for this. I will say one thing. They did send this. This came with it. It says that they are waterproof, seamless, insulated, lightweight, comfortable. I would agree with all those things. They're very, very comfortable. Really comfortable. One of the most comfortable pair of boots / shoes I've ever had. And if you like Crocs, it's again, same basic thing. It does say this down at the bottom. There's a warning that says exposure to direct sunlight or high heat can cause these boots to deform or shrink. When not in use, please use caution where storing your light boots. Avoid areas like the trunk of your vehicle or the bed of your truck bed when parked, or the bed of your truck when parked in direct sunlight. So I don't know if you've ever left your Crocs outside on a deck or someplace hot, but I actually had a pair of Crocs once that shrunk from the sun. So I would imagine that it's the same basic thing. Seems very similar in material to Crocs. So that's the only thing, you know, to be careful about. Don't leave them in direct sunlight because you will find them deformed according to their warning. Overall, I would say that I like them. I'm pretty satisfied with them. The only thing is the size. If you're interested, you can check out liteboots.com. Again, they're not sponsoring this video. They simply just sent me these boots to try out. And I'm definitely going to keep wearing them. They're going to be my around the outside of the house boots. And like I said, my dog walking boots for when it's rainy or wet out. So you can check out some of my other deck boot videos over there. And if you're not a subscriber, you can subscribe right there. It's free. You can always unsubscribe later if you don't like the content. But if you do subscribe, you're going to see outdoor adventure content, mostly fishing anymore, but I do product reviews. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.